to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing some makeup that I haven't recently tried and that I haven't done a makeup look. So I recently got some of the Glam stuff, so I really want to try some of that. I have the blush, the bronzer, and the palette. So I got most of my face on except for like the cream products and everything I have on my face would be listed down below in the description box as usual. So I do have like my bronzer, all that. I did not powder, I just powdered underneath my eyes and my T-zone because I really wanted to make sure I didn't mess up the liquids and everything from that. So I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys in closer. That way you guys see what I'm doing, everything. And let's go ahead and put on the Glam bronzer, skin liquid bronzer. Now I got my shade in Golden Sun, which is I only go neutral because of that, but this is like the shade right here, and when you blend it out, it's really not that bad. I mean, and plus it comes like a little cool little sponge applicator and everything. And I've heard that people, when they use this, basically if you want like a deeper, like richer type color, you shake it a lot and you'll get a lot more on that sponge. But if you don't, you just, you know, leave it be. But it does has like a little ball. But let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll put some bronzer on everything, and then I'll use a brush to blend out, which I usually do with my bronzers, especially my liquid ones. So I'm just going to put them where I usually put my bronzer. So usually it's like up here, you know, close to the hairline, down there. And it looks intense at the beginning, but again, once you blend this out, you know, it won't be so bad. So want to do that, and then I'll take a brush and we'll do a little blending and see how it looks. I do have bronzer to put on top, so I'm going to use my try to use this as a mirror. So actually it's a good color for me. But you can see, definitely see a little bronze. But they do blend out great. I mean, it's not like really like dissipating anything like that. It's not pick up my makeup or my foundation underneath. I think I'm going to add a little bit more, especially to this right here. Get a little bit of more color. But you can see like the sculpts, like my cheek is like sculpted. Well, yeah, so I just put a little bit, and then I'll put probably like a tiny bit more. That's the blush. Just to see, you know, just to give like a little bit more, you know, look and everything. Because I just want to bronze it up just a little bit more. And add a little bit more. But so far, does it feel oily? Does it have sheen on anything like that? So I'm actually kind of liking it. And I like what it's doing for my cheek. And I feel like that is actually like literally just sculpting it. And make me look nice and bronzed and sculpted. So blending out really great with the brush. So yeah, really do like that. I'm going to put a little bit down here, just so we can have that. But I like that. I really, really do. I mean, you can see it, but it's like blended in a great way. So there's the bronzer. Love it. Now let's go into the cheek. So I got the shade of this Hush Hush. Again, you could shake it to get more pigmentation, but that is the color, and ooh, yeah. It's a little drippy. Dripped on me. But yeah, again, you could shake it up, you could, but that's the color right there. So I'm just going to put this on the apple of my cheek. And I'm going to use a different brush to blend it out, because I really don't want to have the same brush for the blending in. So I'm going to take another brush to blend. But I'm just going to put this like lightly on the apples of my cheek. And they said a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to do that. And then we'll blend it out. And she said like it's really blendable and everything, and so I'm just going to blend it back here. And just, you know, smile and put it exactly where the cheeks are. But that is the blush. I really do like that. Really, you know, you can see like the blush, the bronzer, and everything. But that's pretty. I like that. Definitely see like the cheekbones and the bronzer, sculpt, and all that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and powder the rest of my face just with my Pacific matte powder. I use that just to powder everywhere, to set everything. So, you know, places that I got my bronzer, set my blush, bronzer, the whole 9 yards. And that way it won't disappear and it'll be all set. But even with this, you can still see a little bit of blush and a little bit of bronzer. So even with everything being set, it still looks pretty. So I definitely want to try the blush or bronzer out some more for my thoughts and everything, and just to and all that. So this is what my makeup is looking like so far. So far, I really do like it. It's blendable, it's beautiful, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my powder, which I thought I had a bronzer. Oh, I did. Okay, so I do have the LYS bronzer. This is actually in No Limited Matte Bronzer in Mauve. So I got the light one. I want to make sure that it wasn't too dark, because it kind of does match my the cream one, but that will look like. So I figured maybe this won't be so bad, and this will work out. And I've heard a lot of people love this. They like the bronzer, they like the blush. I actually want to try the cream blush. I think next year when I get my tax money, I'm going to do a major Sephora haul and just get a lot of stuff I've been wanting to try and been hearing people trying and everything. So tap out some accent. But they said that this is like flawless and it blends easily and it looks beautiful and everything. So we will see. And it does a great job just doing that. And yeah, I mean, so far so good. I mean, this is what it's looking like. Very beautiful, blending out great. And I actually bought this on BoxyCharm because I wanted to try it so much and so bad. I really didn't want to wait till like the Sephora sale, which I shouldn't have waited. But I did get a couple of things. I'm actually doing like a haul, a December haul, which I'm going to try to get a few more things, and then another haul when I get my tax money. So I did buy a couple of things from the Sephora sale that I want to try and needed. But the other stuff, I'm definitely going to get maybe next month when I have more money and things like that, because I get paid 3 times. So I'm probably get a little bit my first paycheck and my last paycheck, because I know I'm going to have to pay some money, rent and all that, you know. Can't forget the bills. But yeah, but everything, wow, this is looking great. Like that blended out great, that went on beautifully, look natural. I really like that. So I cannot wait next year to actually try the blush of this and see how it is, because a lot of people really do like this. Okay, so for blush, I'm just going to use my one thing I got from Ipsy, excuse me, BoxyCharm, and the Glow Face Palette. Has highlight and blush, but I'm just going to use the lightest blush here. I've already got a highlight I want to use, so I'm just going to use the bottom row, and I'm going to use the lightest blush, which is Accomplish, which is a very beautiful, like, pinky tone, almost as light as the one from Glam, a little bit lighter, but I don't want to go too dark. So I'm just going to use my brush to use that and to get a little more blushy. And I am going to time out because it is kind of pigmented and powdery. So yeah, but I'm just going to put it on top, and it gives like a little glow, and it kind of makes my cheeks like pop in a way. So yeah, and you can see it does a great job popping, and that is the color right there. Very beautiful, very natural, light pink, but you can see like this one's more darker than that one. But yeah, but I really do like my face. Okay, let's go on lips, because there's actually one lip product I want to try, actually 2, but the one is kind of like a lip balm in a way. And I never tried anything from this brand, and it's from Clinique. And this is actually in Black Honey. And this is more like a lip balm. That is the color. It gives like a very light pigment. Not as dark as my Revlon new one that I got, but that's the color. That's one part of lips if I finish my eyes and everything, and then I will put on the actual lip color. But this just gives my lips a little moisturizing, little tint, things like that. But that's what it look like on my lips. You guys can see. But the one color I want to try, which I am going to try later on, which this one by Color Stay is actually a matte one. Apparently this is new from Revlon. And it's like a little pencil, but it looks very beautiful, and I figure it would be great for the tone that I'm going and all that with the eyeshadow. Okay, now we have everything done and set. I don't have a spray, but we'll spray later. But this is the Glam one by Mauve palette. The reason I picked this because I like the mauves and everything. I like the color of it. But truthfully, I kind of... I'll get this open. Okay, so I have to tear up the package. When I got this, first of all, this palette, the one shade was kind of broken, which is called Grace. But when I swatched like the shimmers, they don't seem very... Well, okay, now they do. But some of them just don't seem that shimmery. Like, these are the shimmers in the palette, and they look great. But I'm going to wipe some of this stuff off. But when you swatch it, the shimmers, unless you have like light on it, that's them. They're not very pigmented, even with the light on, and even if I turn down the light, still. So I'm kind of iffy on this palette. I got it because I thought it was beautiful and everything, but I'm like, okay. So I've already primed my lids. So let's go ahead and get into this, and I'm going to use my shade, and I'm going to start out with the lightest one, which is called Max, which is next color to the broken one. And this, unfortunately, don't have a mirror, so I'm just going to use, of course, my Bambi mirror. And let's go ahead and put this on. Now this is more like a brownish, light brown, pinky, mauve type tone. I mean, and everything. So, but yeah, I was not really impressed. Even with the matte shades, I swatched some of those too, and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought this palette. Maybe I shouldn't have, you know, I shouldn't have got it. Even though Glam, the prices in there are not bad. That's all I can say, is that they're not bad. This was not expensive palette and everything. But I'm going to go, and they're a little powdery. And my one is busting again. Ah, lovely. So yeah, I'm going to go on this next shade, which is called Over Under, which is a little bit deeper. And I'm going to put that in my crease shade. And again, these are like really, like, okay, right here, you can see powdery. And I can handle powdery, but this is like kind of take it to like the next level type powder, to where it's kind of getting on my nerves type way. And I could handle powder, you know. I know a lot of them do that powder, but a lot of them is like, come on, just, you could do a little powder, but don't go overboard with it. And so if you're not really into like powdery products, if you just seem, you know, too powdery and everything, which again, I understand, then I wouldn't buy this type palette. I'm sure they have other palettes that that is good and works a lot better. This is a little bit annoying. But I'm going to go into, let's see. Let's do Laney. So this really deep black brown. I'm just going to put this on my outer edge. And just do that. Just do a little dimming on the outer edge. And again, this seems powdery. So, I don't think I'm a big fan of this so far. I'm glad to play with this some more, but so far what I'm seeing, I'm just, I mean, I have other palettes that actually work a lot better than this. It actually does what they're supposed to be doing, and yeah, they're a little powdery, but not as much as this. I mean, they may have a little kickback, but this is like ridiculous kickback and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and take my finger, and I'm going to go into the lightest shade, which is the one that's cracked. That is Grace. And I tried to press it down, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And this have fall out majorly. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But again, look like it literally. beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful shade. But again, this does has fallout too. So it's pretty much a palette that has a lot of powder, fallout. You might want to do your eye first, which kind of sucks in a way, but you know. Hey, what can you do? Decide. So I'm going to go ahead and take that shade again. Make sure we keep that deepening of the outer corner. Just to make sure, you know, we don't lose it and we don't lose any of that deepening. And I'm going to mix it with the color. That way we connected and not. So, and I'm also going to take that first brush with those shades and just blend that out. So same color I use, and we'll just blend this all out. And because it really is beautiful and I like it, but I don't like the fact that, you know, it's like literally Fallout City. And I don't need another palette to have this much problem, this much crumble, and now I got glitter all over me. Okay, so yeah, make sure you do your eyes first if you get any of these. I think any of these palettes, if you get this one right here, then definitely do your eyes first. I don't know about any of palette. My first time trying a She Glam palette. So, but so far what I like them in them is I like a lot of things, like the highlight that I tried, the blush, the bronzer, beautiful, but the palettes, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. This is actually the Flower Shimmer Strobe. I had this before. I decluttered. This is actually a light version, but I missed it so much. So we got it. It has 3 beautiful shades in it. I mean, glowy, glimmery type shades that are amazingly, and they're just beautiful and pigmented and everything, and you do different looks with them. You could put them in your eye, you could, you know, use them as your inner corner highlight, your brow bone highlight, your cheek highlight, whatever highlight you want. So I'm going to do all 3. I'm going to put it everywhere, so inner corner, eye bone, brow, and cheeks, and those are, you know, places where you usually highlight. So yeah, I'm going to take the lightest shade. I don't think they have names for them. It just says Champagne Shimmer, Long Lasting Naturally Luminous Glow Sheer Cover. So yeah, this is actually a nice one. I know they do have darker shades, so if you like medium to deep tan, I would use the darker shade, and I would, you know, pick that palette up. If you're fair to medium or close to fair to light, like close to between the light and medium, then you could get the light shade and it'll work for you as well. I like the light shade because I feel like that's not too light for my skin tone. Like, I'm not really tan, but I'm not really fair either. I'm kind of like in between type thing. But you can see glisten and glow, and it melts right in, and it doesn't look like, you know, you have a whole bunch of highlighter on, but it just melts literally in your skin. And it looks just so beautiful. So I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'm just going to use that for my inner corner and everything. And just use the same shade to put in my inner corner. You can see, holy moly. And then another flat shade brush to put in my line. Now this has hardly any, like literally any fallout whatsoever, and that's the cool thing. Like, this is like beautiful. Kind of look like it's like a little sheen, like a pinky sheen in a way, because it kind of look like that in my eyes. But yeah, it is beautiful. I love it. Let's go ahead and do the lips. So I'm going to go ahead and take off that lip product. And that will be the last thing. Of course, I'm going to spray, which I should have got a spray, but give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to take my Scandinavia spray and just do a little spraying. And I'm also going to do a little bit of mascara. I am going to do, actually, you guys saw in my one video when I was doing a CVS haul. I am going to compare this one to the one that has a Bambi on this that's black. And I'm going to actually do a comparison between the two. I see if the other one's better than this one, because this one I love a lot. I have backup of this one. And this is like the Bambi Mascara, the regular one. And then they have like the oversize or over eyes or something like that I got. That I guess supposed to be a little bit more better than the original one. But I personally like the original one. I like this. I mean, it gives my eyes that like fluttery type look. Eyelashes, and it makes me, it spreads, it coats, it does everything that I want in a mascara and all that. So it's very like fluttery, as you guys can see. Very beautiful. Next, okay, so lips are last, and then we'll be done with the video, everything. So again, I'm just going to use my Covergirl lip liner in Beloved, and then we will use the other one, lip. So I'm just going to line my lips and all that. This is actually almost the same color in my lip. But it's a very beautiful color, and I really do like it. It's very comfortable. It's not like matte or anything like that. This does a good job. But this is how much I've left. Actually, I had to shop in a while back, because that's how much I literally used it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the Covergirl, the Revlon one, Color Stay Matte. I have a couple of these, so I want to try one of them before I try the other one and see if they're comfortable, long-lasting, things like that. So it's cool they have like the pencil type one. So I'm just gonna fill this in. Very creamy, I mean. It feels very creamy. Does not do lines or anything like that. And you could definitely get into your outer V and definitely line your lips perfectly to where they look, you know, like, you know, your lip liner. But yeah, that is beautiful. Feels like it's going to stay on, so it's like a matte lipstick. But it doesn't feel drying or anything like that so far. So we will see. I'll see you later on with me more using these products and everything. You guys know, as I said before, I do have my likes and not like by end of the month. So whenever I'm using, testing out, trying on, things like that, off camera, I will be giving you guys my opinions, short little review, and what I liked about it, I didn't like about it. But so far, I'm looking at my face and everything looks good. Let me put my glasses on. This is where I tend to lose my glasses a lot. Glasses. I have a hard time finding my glasses. Right next to me. But my face actually looks good. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't, I mean, The bronzer and the blush looks beautiful. The highlight looks beautiful. The lip looks great. The eyes look great. I mean, I like the eye color. It did a good job. It blended, it pigmented, things like that. But I just don't like the powdering of it and how much is so much powder. I mean, it's, some people may not like this because of how much it is, have that powder kick back up. And it's a lot. I mean, you can see in the pan when you put it brush in. You can see when you tap it off. I mean, you guys may not like this. So just be careful if you do get this palette. Maybe other ones. Again, I have not got any more palette. My first one was Sheen Glam. I may try other palettes out, see if they do the same thing. But this one right here, the Mauve Marvelous palette, this little, all that, this has a lot of backup, powder backup. So again, if you guys are not a big fan of it, I wouldn't recommend. If you guys don't care about powder, don't care how much kickback, don't care about the falling out, anything like that, because you have to do your eyes first in this one, especially with the glitters and everything. But you guys don't mind that, then this is a beautiful palette. It has, you know, mid-toned. Yeah. Has like the mid-tones, has like a pop color. Like you could, this is like a beautiful mauve type palette. And if you guys are not a big fan of it, and the backup and all that, but if you are, I suggest you get it. Beautiful. Definitely get the bronzers and the blush. The blush is beautiful. I love the color. Blend out beautifully. Build it beautifully. I mean, you could see my not only blush beside the highlight, but the bronzer too, and how much it is. If you guys are a fair to like to fair medium tone, I would get the Go to Sun. But I know they have several options, so you could choose, you know, which best fit for your skin tone. The highlight, definitely I would recommend Flower Beauty. Stunning look. It melts right in the skin. It blends great. It does what it's supposed to be doing and everything. Love it. Definitely do like the lipstick from Revlon. I gotta test out some more, but even though, as again, with it being matte, it still feels comfortable. It does feel like it's gonna dry down, have that drying feeling on anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely test this out, the other color, but so far so good. So the things I like the most is like the face stuff, the blush, the bronzer, the lips. Definitely the bronzer from YLYS, beautiful. I cannot wait to get the blush of this and everything and all that, so that will be fun to try out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video of me trying some makeup I haven't tried before and all that. But this is my final video, the end of it. So I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And my name is Christina, and I do upload every weekend and Wednesday. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That way I know you guys like it, everything. I hope you have a lovely day or night, or wherever you guys are. Till then, bye. Made a little potion for you.